Murder.
Chalk outlines.
DNA tests.
Blood.
Anonymous tip.
Beheadings and disembowelments.
Fingerprints.
The yellow tape that they have on crime scenes.
Witness statements.
Stakeouts with my cop friend and we drink coffee. UV lights that they can see on 5 minutes.
Yes, welcome to another episode of True Crime in about 5 minutes. Liam and I are going to be listening and Belle will be doing the talking.
Today we're talking about...
Sorry,
don't get into the topic.
I wish that was like every show was like that. Like, hello, it's Bentley and Belle. Belle will be doing the talking and Ben and I will be doing the listening.
Today I want to talk about the disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley. She disappeared off a cruise ship in 1998
Whoa.
and has never been found.
Famous story, right?
Yes. There is currently still a reward out if you do find her.
Okay, so this is the one where we won't get a resolution at the end?
Correct. That's it. That's the end. It's very sad. She was 23 years old and went on the cruise ship from America through the Caribbean with her family, her brother and her parents, and it was like a beautiful family trip. And I've learned a lot when looking up this case, which is why I wanted to do it with you guys, because there's so much about cruise ships that you don't really know that you find out through this case of Amy. Did you know an average of 10 people per year disappear off cruise ships?
Just fall off?
No, not fall off. Disappear.
What do you
As
mean?
in, so like they go to an island and then like...
Yep.
Yeah, they...
Or, in the case of Amy, back in 1998 on the cruise ship, one of the big factors that comes into play is a lot of the crew members and the people working on the ship, they're actually hired from all around the world, and a cruise ship doesn't necessarily... Just because it takes off from, say, Australia or America doesn't mean it's registered to that country.
Yep.
So the crew that they have can be from anywhere and are actually not governed by that country. So with Amy, the crew members were acting a bit dodgy and she disappeared into the Caribbean islands and has never been found. Now, the biggest belief is that she was taken. And the biggest belief with a lot of especially young women who go disappearing on these ships is they are taken.
A trafficked sort of thing.
Correct.
Jeez, that's scary.
It is. So Amy was last seen dancing in the nightclub on the ship on the night before she was gone, and she was dancing with one of the crew members. That crew member always acted dodgy and suspicious afterwards and said, oh, no, I don't know anything, and then was heard telling others that he did. He was spotted like going into a lift with her on the camera, and then he came out of the lift and she's gone. There were weird things on the ship, like there was a photographer, it's 1998. So there's one photographer on the ship. He takes photos of everyone. And then the next day he has them all laid out, and you can go and find the photo of you and buy it. All the photos of her were gone. The family didn't take them, and the photographer was even like, oh, that's weird. I don't know where the photos of her are. So there's things like, did the crew members come take the photos, and then they supply it to people on the island and say, do you want this person or this person? This is all just like hypotheses at this point. So this is the awful thing. So what I learnt with cruise ships is these people go missing, like Amy, and the crew and the ship don't actually fall under the police or the FBI or anyone from the country it's registered to. Say you get on a ship from America, you think, oh, well, I got it on there and, it's called hers was called the Rhapsody of the Seas. And you think, cool, it's probably an American cruise ship. It's not. They were registered completely on an island somewhere.
So it's like whose jurisdiction does it fall on, whose case is it, and who's going to do the hard work?
Pirate law.
Yes, correct. So a lot of the people, like I said, average is 10 a year, but it says
like
the stat,
still?
Yes, but the stat is supposedly much higher because a lot of the cruise ship companies as well don't actually even register people missing. So when Amy went missing, the family were told that they did a big search of the ship. Later came out the crew members didn't do anything.
It's seeming
and
like it's obviously abduction, but how do we rule out she didn't fall off?
They did the Coast Guard was sent out and did a big search for her for 3 days, found nothing.
Surely you could miss a body in the ocean, right?
Yeah, but apparently they did this search and then they waited and nothing washed up. They couldn't find anything.
The fact that there was photos, they're taken away, dodgy guy hanging out.
Yeah.
Like it does seem like she was abducted, but
there's also been reports from people seeing her on the island that supposedly she got taken off at.
Right.
Working in brothels and
after later dates.
Yes. The family tried to go and find her, and reports were that whenever they got a lead, that place burnt down. which is awful. So that family has been trying to go to that island saying, like, I think she's on there. And every time they go, there's a dead end. They also horrifically got scammed by a guy who said, I'm going to go to the island and try and find her. They sold their house, they sold their cars, they gave him all their life savings, and he ran off with it, which is awful. So, yeah, she is still missing to this day, but I kind of wanted to just, like, I don't know, this case, like, fascinated me because I just thought, like, I didn't know about cruise ships and people going missing. You think about them going overboard, but going missing, it's a real thing. And these ships, like I said, not governed by anyone. So, incredible. But it's a short, sweet one for you.
Oh,
well,
wow.
you still got 5 more seconds if you want to fill it out. Yeah.
Well, I'm never going on a cruise ship.
And a little bit more for us.
It's very sad. And
Not great at improv.
I feel a little unfulfilled.
Do you
I feel
really?
like if I... No, it's good, but I feel like if I came for my 5 minutes and then I get a little under, I'm like, it's not what I paid for.
Yep.
You know?
But it's, I mean, it's,
No, it's a good-
sadly,
it's a-
it's straight up and down. She was there 1 minute, she was gone the next.
Yeah, I suppose if you do all the math on how many times we've gone over, I suppose
True.
this one
And
being
I
a
did
little
a
under.
two-parter the other week.
There was a 2-parter in there, but it was a good one. But a real, let's go for a real beef stew next week. Just
Yeah.
even if it has to be a 3-parter. Just,
Don't,
Do you have any requests of the type?
I don't know. I find them all sad, but they're all intriguing, I suppose. But yeah.
Well, the sad thing is that this is real people behind this.
Yeah,
Like, her family are still currently looking for her, as with all the other people that have gone missing
for sure.
from cruise ships.
Well, we've gone over time.
Oh, my God.
If you just keep it to 5 minutes, like so now because it feels like you're compensating, we've sort of gone way over.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. We're getting
I won't
we're getting
talk
a real
then
look
if
here.
we're done.
We'll see you in the next one. Who knows how long that one will be?
Oh, my gosh.
Real crime in about 30 seconds.
Give or take 5 minutes.
And that's it!
Like that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Belle.